Hello, hi, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a July TBR with some help from Kate and Lucy, who are right down here. This month we're going with a lot of sequels, some that I'm super excited about. So yeah, let's get started. So the first book that I'm hoping to finish this month is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I had planned to read this last month, but it got towards the end of the month and the only time that I really had was like jury selection. And I just did not want to be reading this with all my facial expressions and emotions in front of an entire courthouse. So I ended up putting it off. I think I only got like 12 pages into it. But we're going to finish this month because, oh my gosh. So if you don't know, this is the second book in the ACOTAR series. I read the first book, A Court of Thorns and Roses, last year, and that was about a girl called Feyre who lives in poverty with her dad and her two sisters. And she's the sole provider. I mean, her family literally does nothing. They just sit around and wait for Feyre to do something. And so she goes out hunting and she kills this wolf. Turns out it wasn't a wolf. It was actually a fae, and that is illegal. So this other fae, Tamlin, shows up to their home and basically says, hey, hi, you killed my friend and that's illegal. So I'm either going to have to kill you or you're going to come with me and live in my fairyland, the Spring Court, for the rest of your life. And Feyre is like reluctantly agrees to go live with Tamlin in the Spring Court, which honestly to me just sounds like a freaking nightmare. Spring all year round? My poor Kate, her allergies are so terrible. That would be awful. That would be an actual nightmare. In more reasons than one for this particular book. But anyway, so Feyre goes to live in the Spring Court with Tamlin, and it's awkward because fays don't like humans. They just find them weak and useless. And Feyre really doesn't like Fae because she's kind of been taught her whole life that they're incredibly dangerous and they basically just like murder humans. So there's a lot of antagonistic energy. And one day she meets this guy, Rhys, who helps her out of a bad situation. And that's all I'm just gonna leave it at that because then we start getting into spoiler territory. But so anyway, so this is the second book, and this really delves into the aftermath, obviously, of what happened in the first one. It's a time. I'm having a good time, and I'm very excited about this. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And my opinion of the first one, because I feel like I had a differing opinion, or like I didn't have the experience that everyone did with the first book. And I'm like, it's all just confirmed in this. I was like, I knew it. I saw all those red flags. I'm so excited for this one. The next book that I'm hoping to read this month is Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. So this one I got, in June of last year, and from Book of the Month, obviously. And I know that it's a fantasy, and I think it's like a adventure journey fantasy. I really don't know subgenres where like a group of people go on a journey. It potentially is based on Arthurian. Is it? I don't know. I know that the main character is a girl. That's all I've got. I've actually, it is. It is Arthurian. Just the first sentence in the synopsis. It is Arthurian, but yeah, the main character is a girl, so we love to see it. I've literally never seen anybody read this. I've never seen a review of this, so I have no idea how this is gonna go. I'm kind of excited because I don't know, it seems like it could be interesting. As long as there's a romance in it, you know, I'm not gonna be too upset. Although if there's a love triangle, that could potentially be an issue. But yeah, I'm excited to start this. The next book, oh, it literally says Camelot. It literally says Camelot on the cover. Wow. Wow. So the next book that I'm hoping to read this month, oh, permanent sticker, lovely. I thought I was gonna peel it off. No, is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second book in the Red Queen series. I read Red Queen last month. Thank you, jury duty. And it was so good. I gave it 4 stars. It was about a girl called Mare who lives in a world of silvers and reds. And silvers are they're like humans, but they think of themselves as gods because they have special abilities. So they bleed silver. That's important. They bleed silver, but they all have these like special abilities to either manipulate like wind or water or lightning, or they have like super strength. And so because of that, they think that of themselves as gods, and they have like reigned over reds for a really, really long time. So if you're a red, which is like a normal human who bleeds red, they've just kind of made them live in these terrible, terrible conditions. And so Mare is a red, and she is about to turn 18. And when reds turn 18, they're forced to go into the army and fight in a war that really has nothing to do with them. And they're pretty much guaranteed that they're going to die. So Mare is desperate to save herself, her younger sister, and her best friend, Kalorn. And one day she meets this guy, Cal, who she thinks is a red, and he offers to get her a job at the palace. And she's so grateful. She's like, oh my gosh, this is just what I need. Like, maybe I can get jobs for like my family and my friend. And so she goes to work there, and she finds out 2 things. One, Cal is not a red. He's actually a silver, and not just a silver, but like a prince. He's literally going to take the throne next. And 2, Mare has special abilities, which is completely unheard of for a red, and she displays this in front of all this silver nobility. And so the queen is like, well, we can't have that. We can't have reds thinking that they might have special abilities, because then it might completely destroy the power structure. So she basically blackmails Mare into pretending that she is a silver, or else. It was so good. I gave it 4 stars, and the only reason I gave it 4 stars was because there was like a love rectangle square that I didn't like. But I'm so excited for this one, because the end of the first book, yes, oh my gosh, it was great. It was great. Like the setup for it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. A lot of the time I get to the end of a book and I'm like, I really, really enjoyed the book, but the setup for the next one is terrible, and it makes me scared because I know that I'm not gonna like it. But when I got to the end of Red Queen, I was very excited for what the setup for the second book was. So I'm super excited to start this. Cal and Mare forever. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Like Cal and Mare forever, and I can't wait. I can't wait. And then the last book that I hope to read this month, you know, for summer, Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book came out last year, also in June. And yeah, did not read that. It came out in June, and I was actually very uninterested in it. So I had read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six, right here on my favorite shelf, you know. So I loved them. I loved them. Daisy Jones has my heart. I'm literally going to be talking about nothing else when that adaptation comes out because I'm so excited. So after reading those, the synopsis for this one just did not seem as interesting. It's basically, from what I remember, it's about 4 siblings, and their dad is one of the husbands from Evelyn Hugo. And they like throw a party, and then there's a fire. That's basically all I really got from it. But I don't like family dramas. I don't like like stories about siblings in book form. I don't know why. I just really don't. I guess because I find it unrealistic. So this one just did not catch my attention in the same way that like Evelyn and Daisy did. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm probably going to pass. And then of course it came out and everybody was reading it. And so I got it. And I was like, at the very least, it will be entertaining because the author, like, I've not read anything that I've not liked. So I don't know. I've never heard of anyone say that this book they thought was better than Evelyn or Daisy. Like, it was like everyone liked it, but nobody was like, yeah, it's definitely better than Evelyn and Daisy. So like, I'm expecting a good time, but I'm not expecting this to be a favorite. Oops. Yeah. So those are all the books that I'm hoping to read in July. I've been spending a lot of time in the pool because it's so hot here. So, you know, I think it's doable. I think I can get through all of them. And I know that I'm literally just going to fly through like Akamath and Glass Sword because sequels. I'm already invested. I'm already invested. So I'm going to fly through. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to subscribe, please do so. Kate and Lucy are just chilling. Do you guys want to get up? Do you want to get up? Oh, you want to get up and say hello? Say, oh, you're so tired, Kate. Come here. No, you don't want to get up. Come on, Kate. Kate is absolutely not here for it, but Lou will. Lou will. Anyway, say bye. Say bye. Oh, kissing. Oh.